Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to learn the concept of small footwork. Now this is very cool to have. If you're already doing footwork, you can still learn something here. If you're new to footwork, this is also great. So if you're a beginner, you can follow along. If you're a little bit further, this can still apply to you and you can use this to your advantage. So let's get into it, guys. So what's the difference between small footwork and normal footwork? Small footwork is not a specific move, it's more a concept and a way of moving in your footwork. So to demonstrate it, I'll go and place my hands on this yellow line over here, right? And I'm gonna do a simple transition from 6-step to 12-step to CC, right? Just a very simple, most basic steps there are basically. So take a look, guys. I'm gonna do the 6-step. I'm gonna go into the CC here. Go back to the 12-step, going back to the front to the CC block, right? So as you can see, that's sort of normal footwork. There's nothing special about it, right? But if you analyze a little bit more, you see that when I'm going here and I'm going to the front, I'm walking around my hands. This is normal. That's how you do footwork. When I do the CC, I'm stretching out my legs. See that? The CC, boom. When I do the 12-step, I stretch out almost in the push-up position and dip my hip down a little bit. You do the 12-step, right? So if you look at all these moves, they're quite big. I need also a lot of space for this, yada yada. And these are just some basic moves as an example. Just goes about all your footwork, right? So there's a big contrast with with small footwork. We're gonna keep everything extremely small, not walk all the way around the hands, and not stretch out our legs or body at all. So we take the same line. I'm just going to demonstrate the 6-step now. So I'm very close. I'm almost already in the front. See that? And when I do these first 3 steps, I keep them extremely small. See, I'm like still almost at the same spot. I'm going to the CC by not stretching out my legs, but keeping it very small. Going back to the 6-step. Let's do the 12-step. Same thing. See, everything becomes smaller. More on the spot. You can basically bend your legs and keep everything to the front. I'm not going around my arm anymore with this footwork. I'm sort of half-assing it by here going sort of to the front almost. So my hand's still a little bit in the front. I keep my body leaning forward. So what does this do? One, if you already have footwork nice and you have already a style, this gives a very, very nice contrast, guys. Because if you're always doing like big ass steps and blah blah, transitioning to hard ass move, this can be nice, but basically this is a nice contrast to itself. In a way you can learn to keep your footwork more centralized, right? So the bigger the circle, the more room you have for any move you want to do. But the smaller the circle gets, or basically you get to a spot. Let's say this line is a line of people, right? And I'm right here. And I want to do the 12-step here. What would happen? Oops, sorry guys. Oh, sorry. I went right through your little kid over there. Right? So basically, okay, the same line. I want to do the 12-step. Keep it extremely close and connected, right? So basically, you won't hit people. You're so centralized. You can do this in easy and small ciphers. So the concept is extremely easy, and you can play with it. Now, these are just examples of basic moves, but obviously this applies to all your special variation, all your ways, all your transition. Usually this style is a lot smoother than your normal footwork. So if you sort of have trouble with flow, even though you can do footwork just fine, work a little bit with this too. These small and flowy little petite steps, guys. So when you do this, there's only one rule you should always look out for, and that is don't keep the butt high, guys. Even in your normal footwork, don't stick your butt up. Like there are reasons to do it, right? I did a tutorial on this. Like this is called the sexy step, which you know, sort of walk like that, and your butt is nice and up as a variation or just a funny little joke, right? That's fine. That's a variation where your butt needs to go up. But when you do like say a 12-step, and I teach of course a lot of kids and beginners, they always do this, always. Look, now when you do this, and you're basically doesn't look good. You always want to keep your butt lower, and in this style, because you're so close, as soon as you start stretching out the legs, your butt goes up. If you're a hot girl, people might tell you, look, that footwork looks awesome. You're so nice the way you do it. They're not talking about your footwork though, right? So be careful, keep the butt low when you do transitions like this. So the concept is super easy, keep it very small, and also very nice contrast with bigger moves, bigger swoops, bigger style moves, right? Okay, transitions from big footwork to small footwork, yada yada. Let's do a small hook throw. It's very small, see? Very, very in. And now I'm gonna make a big fat swoop here. And go back to small footwork. See, that can be a very nice style transition and can give you more flow. So this concept is super easy. I suggest experimenting a little bit with this if you're already good at footwork. I suggest working with this if you're a beginner. It can only benefit you, right? But as a beginner, of course, also get the normal way of doing footwork down. You should have both. But playing with this cannot hurt you because it usually makes everything a lot more smooth. And that's it, guys. Go to work with this concept and I'll see you next time.